We begin with the latest tensions rising on Capitol Hill. President Donald Trump using military force in Venezuela. The mission taking place when the Trump administration captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife. Well, this week, Maduro appearing inside of a federal courthouse in New York City. In court, Maduro described himself as a decent man and a prisoner of war. Maduro pleaded not guilty to 4 federal counts, including conspiracy to commit narco-terrorism and conspiracy to import cocaine into the United States. Meantime, the Trump administration is advancing plans to access and sell Venezuela's oil. The U.S. seized 2 sanctioned oil tankers, and top administration officials briefed lawmakers on Capitol Hill this week.
Understand, they are not generating any revenue from their oil right now. They can't move it unless we allow it to move. This is tremendous leverage.
This is an insane plan. They are talking about stealing the Venezuelan oil at gunpoint.
Well, it comes as the Senate blocks the Trump administration Thursday for further military action in the country. Joining us now is Dr. Todd Belt, a political science professor and also the leader of the political management program at George Washington University. Dr. Belt, first of all, Happy New Year and welcome back to Capitol Review.
Happy New Year. Great to be with you, Mark. Thanks for having me on again.
We're always glad to have you. It's been a week since the U.S. captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Your reaction?
Well, it's a little strange because the rationale has changed a bit. At first, we heard that it was just about an extradition and this was just a judicial law enforcement type of thing. And then we had Donald Trump get on and talk about an airstrike and having a potential second strike. If it's just an extradition and it's judicial, then there is some cover for that in terms of U.S. domestic law. But in terms of international law, it's a violation of sovereignty. It's a violation of presumed diplomatic immunity for the president, and then it violates the war powers if we are not attacked, which is kind of difficult. So he sent out Marco Rubio on the talk show circuit to try to talk about how this was more of a judicial proceeding. And I don't think they were very happy because then they sent out Stephen Miller, who said this is about power and we're going to run the country, and talking about, we lost our oil to them and we're taking it back. And now it's become a little bit more convoluted, and it's starting to look like some of the other regime changes and in oil-rich countries that we've been involved in.
Yeah, some would say the messaging a bit inconsistent. The president did initially say that they will run the country. How will that look, and can it even be done with all the problems that we're facing here at home?
Well, this is really difficult. I mean, of course, Maria Corina Machado, the Nobel Prize winner, seemed to be waiting in the wings to come back in. But then there was a CIA report that said Delcy Rodriguez would be the better bet because as vice president and as her experience running the economy in Venezuela and the connections that she had to industrialists there, she would be the better positioned leader, especially with her relations with the military, which of course is the real strength of power in Venezuela. And so this also gives an opportunity for the administration to say, well, we didn't change the regime. We got rid of the top, but the rest of the regime is still there, and we're going to try to influence it with the power we have. And the administration has this rather vague 3-point plan about stabilization, economic revitalization, and then an orderly transition following that. But it's not clear when or who is involved.
Some have concerns, could this turn into another big problem like Afghanistan or Iraq? How can we avoid this turning into something similar?
Right. I mean, you can look also at Libya when we were involved there, and we took out, well, we actually, we had the airstrikes, and eventually the locals took out Muammar Gaddafi. Or is it going to look something more like Panama, where we took the leader and then put him on trial, and there was a new election that there was an elected official that we then had sworn in, and it was more of a peaceful transition. So there's really 2 ways it can go here, but it really doesn't look good for the United States to keep saying this is about our oil and we want their oil and we're going to sell their oil. I mean, it looks more like a U.S. imperialism in its own hemisphere. Maybe that's what the new Don Roe doctrine is that the president keeps talking about.
Dr. Todd Belt, thank you so very much for joining us.
Great to be with you. Thanks for having me on.